big question with the real estate market is like, what's happened? We had a whole war break out. How is that affecting what's happening in the real estate market? Rates went up a little bit, which is scary. Why did that happen? When that whole thing went down and they closed down the 1 Strait, that, as we all know, like that's what's causing our gas prices to go up now, because now we have a limited supply of oil. What that's resulted in is obviously gas prices go up, but that also causes the cost of transportation to go up, which causes shipping costs to go up, which causes higher prices. And higher prices means more inflation, and more inflation means that the Fed has to raise rates again to counter that. What's really interesting actually is just about the same time that happened, there was actually a jobs report that came out that showed that there is actually pain in the labor market. Like there was less jobs than we thought there were. And that should have resulted in rates actually going down. We would have been farther into the 5s, which would have been incredible. But unfortunately, because of that whole thing with Iran right now, it's caused the opposite to happen. And so rates aren't like, they didn't go up like crazy high or anything. They're basically like, we were making so much progress. We were all very excited about it. But basically it's just back to where we were at towards the second half of 2025, right? The first half of 2025, we spent basically around and in the 7s. Now we're kind of bouncing between 6.2 and 6.4%. Basically ever since that whole thing went down. And so otherwise, we were generally expecting that this year, the whole real estate market was going to pick up quite a bit, and it was going to be, more things were going to be happening. Things were going to be happening faster. More houses were going to be sold and bought, the whole thing. We thought it was going to be generally better than it has been the last 3 years. But now, unless this whole thing gets resolved, we're expecting it to basically be the same as the last 3 years, just generally kind of slower, and houses just don't move quite as quickly. Demand is a little muted, as well as supply being a little muted. Supply has actually gone up a notable amount so far this year, but it hasn't, that gap of how much better it's been doing, it's been narrowing. Demand has actually been going up, as it usually does, like this time of year. Like if you look at the graphs in the report I include with this, you'll notice that it always goes up in the spring. And it has been going up. So things have already started to pick up quite a bit, just due to the time of year. Also, because rates got below 6% for a few days. That was super cool. We haven't seen that for a long time. And so that definitely caused a little boost in demand. So just depending on, like right now it's all just wait and see, right? Just depending on what happens with the whole war that's happening. If it continues on, it's gonna be slower like it has been the last few years. If it gets resolved, we'll see things pick up in the real estate market quite a bit. And I should note, days on market are quite a bit less than they've been. They've been generally like the last couple of years, they've been between like 70, 80, and 100 days. It's been pretty far up there. Now it's in the 60s, actually. So that is notably better than it's been. So things are picking up, just given the time of year, given expectations, given that rates were at least lower for a little bit. So with it all being just wait and see, I would say as far as if you're trying to buy or sell, you can really make things work in any market. You just have basically different factors to keep in mind, right? When you're trying to buy in a fast market, you just have to know how to beat out the other buyers, right? When you're buying in a slow market, you have to kind of know like how you can go head to head with the seller and try to make a win-win, but also get a situation where you're getting a good deal, right? If you're trying to sell in a fast market, then you can get away with more things. You can try to strategize in a way that's going to help you get a great price for your home. If you're selling in a slower market, you can still get a good price, but you have different things that you need to do. Like, you can't be as ambitious with pricing your house. When your things are going fast, you can be more ambitious. Things always go better when you're like, you usually sell for more when you're not super ambitious, like in either market, but you can do it and it can go just fine in a very fast-paced market. In a very slow-paced market, you don't want to price too low, you don't want to price too high, you want to price very precisely. If you price too low, like, you're not as likely to get the bidding war that's going to bring you up to and sometimes even above the market value for your house. Because you're not as likely to get that, you run the risk of selling for less, in which case you maybe want to be careful with that. You want to price right at market value. If you price high, it's just not going to go. Like, you'll waste a lot of time on market. Buyers will see that you've been on market for a long time and they'll be like, oh, they got no other options. I can be as sharky as I want. I can negotiate pretty hard, right? So you want to price in slower markets right at market value. Right now, it's looking like they're moving generally pretty quickly. We'll see how that goes in the following months. It's very much a just wait and see situation right now. So if you are thinking about it and you want to talk through what would work best for you given current market conditions and possible future market conditions, feel free to reach out. My information's in the comments below and I'd love to help you.